smash them right into your face, and look like an absolute weirdo in the gym. You don't have to worry what anyone else thinks about you. You are there to kick your ass and your ass alone, so give it a go. It has been working tremendously for me, and I'm hoping now it works tremendously for you. So I'm that bald a-hole here. Thank you for joining me as always. And today I want to talk about some gym tips and fitness palace of love tips that you can hopefully incorporate into your training plan today. If you're going to the gym and they work for you, which is hopefully going to allow you to progress a little bit better, to evolve a little better, and maybe even achieve the magical word that we all like to talk about, gains with a Z. So yes, this is 5 gym hacks that will probably, hopefully, maybe boost your gains. Number 5, don't hold on. Now, I'm not trying to suggest here that when you're doing some kind of exercise, you should let your arms fail about and fall on the floor. That's going to make you look like a fool, and you'll probably end up in one of my gym fails reaction videos, which makes me a terrible person. But if you watch them with terrible people together, and when you take 2 terrible things and put it together, I'm pretty sure that means that we're going to be okay. But I'm essentially talking to most machine leg exercises. There'll be one I'm not thinking about now. So if you think about the seated calf machine that you're probably using, if you think about the leg extension, you think about the hamstring curl, or you think about most leg presses, there are handles for you to grip with your hands in order to get stability. Now, I'm not saying that you should abandon this entirely if you really feel it makes things safer. There is nothing more important than safety in the gym. But if you're maybe doing some lightweight or you're doing some high rep stuff, I tell you, if you let go of that stuff and get rid of any kind of force or any kind of tension in your arms and in your upper body, and you solely focus on that legs, all of a sudden, that exercise feels like it's completely different. I'm not kidding you. I've done it with quads recently and hamstrings. I'm not going to go through all of them again. And not only does it mean I have to take the weight down a little bit, but it truly does feel like I have to push myself a little bit harder. And do not forget, when it comes to progressive overload, there is multiple ways that you can do it. Sure, you can do it by lifting more each and every week, but you can do it with more reps, or you can just do it by making sure you're targeting your muscles at a different angle. I mean, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say here, but this is the point. If you have been doing all of these machine exercises and you kind of feel like, well, I can't push it anymore, the intensity is gone, just let go. And I don't care where you put your hands, put it behind your head, put it on your bald spot if you've got one like me, smash them right into your face and look like an absolute weirdo in the gym. You don't have to worry what anyone else thinks about you. You are there to kick your ass and your ass alone, so give it a go. It has been working tremendously for me, and I'm hoping now it works tremendously for you. Number 4 is pre-exhaustion. Now, pre-exhaustion is nothing new in the bodybuilding, the fitness, the gym world. When a lot of people talk about supersets and drop sets and everything like that, pre-exhaustion to me seems to get overlooked. And once again, I think it's a technique that if you haven't utilized in the past, may actually all of a sudden sort of light a fire under your gym ass. So let's stick with legs, as that's what we've been talking about. So if you smash your quads before you do move on to squats, you know that you've already hit your quads for obvious reasons. So if when you do squat, naturally you engage your hamstring and your glutes more, all of a sudden your quads ain't gonna suffer. And it's the same on something like the close grip bench press. Like sometimes I really struggle with form. And don't forget, you're allowed to struggle with form. The gym is all about educating yourself and getting better. But sometimes when I try and do a close grip bench press, I don't feel it in my triceps, which is the area I'm trying to hit. So if I go and smash my triceps first, I know that they will have already reached overload if they are a weaker muscle part, but also when I finally go to do the close grip bench press, I have definitely hit my triceps as intended. Now, of course, it probably means that I'm going to be lifting a little bit lighter on my close grip bench press or on my squats, because again, I've already exhausted one muscle group, but it's a really great way to get weakened or smaller muscles or muscles you just want to work up to speed without other ones lagging behind. But again, don't do this thing that many people do. They do, I don't know, 100 reps on quads, don't do that many, or whatever the hell it is, and they go to do squats and they load up the bar with the same thing, and then they fall on the floor. And the big message I want you to take away, aside from the tips that I'm giving you, is don't fall on the floor in the gym. It ain't worth it. Number 3 is partial reps. Now, this kind of ties into what we've just said again, but every time you see programs, or I see programs, I know other people talk about them, I'm talking about in a more general fashion. Drop sets, supersets, everything like that is what people talk about. And partial reps are kind of just thrown out the window. People think, ha ha, funny. Like if you go and see, especially old school bodybuilders lifting weights on YouTube or whichever video you may have, especially when they're doing like incline press, that's the one that was always around all the time. You couldn't get away from it. They're kind of doing this. They're not locking out, and you would arguably say their range of motion sucks. Now, I get it. These are beasts of men and beasts of women. So you can't, do one-to-one in terms of what they're training. But if you are doing all the other stuff that you know you have to, time and attention, blah, 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 we've already talked about this kind of stuff, entering partial reps into your routine is absolutely fine, especially if you're using them as some kind of doubling up technique. So I guess you would look at it as maybe a sort of superset. But once again, if you're doing incline dumbbell press and you get to the point you're like, man, I can't do any more, if you just do a rest pause for a couple of seconds and then do some partial reps, of course you are still hitting elements of your chest. And I actually probably think there's an argument out there that you could do your entire workout with partial reps and you'd still get something from it. Don't get me wrong, range of motion is still more important. But if for some reason you had an injury or you needed to work around something, partial reps for me are an underutilized tool. Like, you just never see them anymore. They've kind of gone out of fashion. I know straight away in the comments going, Simon, this is not true. Everybody talks about them. I am referring to people that have recently started at the gym. Beginners, if you will. They think that partial sets are wrong. They're not wrong. In fact, there's no wrong in the gym as long as you're protecting yourself and as long as you're being safe. Number 2 is super high rep sets. Now, this thing is still out there and it ain't ever going to go away, right? It's just not. Everyone thinks if you want to get big and bulky, you lift heavy and you do low reps. And then when you want to get ripped, you do lightweight and you do high sets, or high reps, I should say. It's absolutely illogical. I've talked about it in so many other videos. I'm not going to talk about it here. But this does not mean that you don't have to utilize or you can't utilize super high rep sets. Now, this is something that I've been doing recently because you would have seen the video I also did about Ryan Humiston's workout. And he loves this. Man, does he love this. But some of the stuff that he has thrown out there, for example, is doing 100 reps on the leg extension, 100 reps on the rope pull down, or 100 reps bicep curls, whatever the hell it may be. And I tell you, when I add this in at the end of my workouts and I use it as a finisher, it is just a terrific way to do exactly that. It finishes off my workout. It absolutely kills my muscle. And while I understand the debate when it comes to this kind of stuff is, well, how do you really do progressive overload when it comes to 100 reps? I understand that. Trying to amalgamate the two and turn it into one big kind of marshmallow Stay Puft Man, I think works really well. And you may be doing it all the time. I don't know. But going to that crazy level when it came to reps, I certainly wasn't doing. It's one of the reasons I enjoyed Ryan's program so much, because it felt fresh and it felt different. And I certainly did see some progression in the areas I wanted them to. Again, after a month, 2 months, I was like, man, I'm struggling to progressive overload now. But why don't I slap them on the end in terms of my full stop? So again, we go back to legs. I literally at the moment am finishing most sets off, most exercise, what am I talking about? Most days off. There we go. There's the words. By doing 100 reps with leg extensions and 100 reps on hamstring curls, and then I want to cry. Like I literally leave the gym going, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm sure everybody thinks I'm really weird. But you've already discussed this. You don't need to worry about other people. So give it a go, should you so wish, or if you're struggling to sort of, really feel like you've kicked your own ass for one reason or another, throw that in at the end. And if you do it with the right weight, you absolutely will feel that way. Number 1 is timing your workout. Too many people don't do this. And I get it. There's so much to pack into the day. How the hell can you ensure that you're going to the gym at the right time? Now, there is no right time in terms of you want to go in the morning, the afternoon, the evening. Maybe you want to go at 5 a.m. It's perfectly fine. But the one thing that people seem to struggle with is they eat a big meal, as you should do. You want to be able to fuel your workouts. Well, it depends what your goals are, but you know what I'm saying to you. You want some kind of carbs, some kind of energy source. And then they're in the gym 25 minutes later. And they're like, why do I feel so sluggish? Because your body is still digesting the food you put in your gullet. And while the body is amazing, it can only sort of, dedicate so much time to one thing. So if you told your body to digest some food and you're telling it, oh, by the way, I need energy now, it will go, look, I'll give you energy in around about 40 minutes. Can you please just let me finish digesting this food? And also you won't be able to use your fuel source in the way that you want to. Now, I get it. I understand it's really difficult. It's really hard. Do the best you can. But 60 to 90 minutes is going to be the window of truth. So if you smash some food at 1:30 and you get to the gym about 2:30, that's where you're going to find the sweet spot. And again, it's going to allow you to have a better workout, which is what this video is all about. I'm not saying you have to do this every single day, but if you just, again, struggling to get over a slight hump, it could be this. And I know I've done it. You have so much to do in a day and you eat late, so I just got to go to the gym now. And you will. You'll train like this. That's because your body doesn't know what's going on. You're asking it to do 9 things at once. I can barely do 2 things at once. So why on a subconscious level do you think you're going to be able to achieve more? So once again, give it a go. If you've never done it before, it may just be the thing that is holding you back. And what's even worse about this is usually you'll have your big pasta, oat dish, whatever the hell it is, and 25 minutes later, you're drinking some pre-workout. So your poor body is just like, I'm dying. I'm absolutely crushed here. So you want to get to the optimal levels, right? And you want to ensure when you go into the Fitness of Palace of Love, you can absolutely smash it. And I promise you, there is a way to do this. Try all this stuff. They're not 100% guaranteed going to work. Again, they're just tips from me, some random bald guy on the internet that really enjoys lifting weights and enjoys making videos. But if it does work, that will make me happy and we can all go to the party. Now, please do like the video, share the video and subscribe. Click the bell, ding dings. You know, other videos are going live. There is another video on the screen. Please do give it a click. GorillaMind.com/Simon. If you are watching this on Monday, the 24th of January, there's a sale at 6 p.m. UK time, GMT we're in at the moment, where you can get money off the the Gorilla Mode, which is his pre-workout, or Derek's pre-workout, I should say, Gorilla Mine. Best pre-workout I've ever had, genuinely. Admittedly, I'm not really a stimulated guy, but I have tried it a couple of times. So you could argue, well, Millie, you never take it. It's going to affect you more. Totally fair. But for me, best thing ever. Use code Simon and you can get a bunch of money off. Also in Greg Doucette's Power 13 cookbook, if you'd like a more sustainable diet, use code Simon15, get 15% off. That is in the description below as well. I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/Simon316. If you enjoy the content and want to support me financially, let's not pretend otherwise. That's what this game is all about in many ways. Also, simon.bigcartel.com for merchandise. I'm on Cameo if you want a shout out. Social media at Simon316, Instagram and Twitter. Send me stuff to react to because I always enjoy it. But good luck with these tips. Good luck with your workout. Good luck with everything. And I'll see you soon.